I've been trying to get information on this on the internet and nobody has it. So this hopefully will answer a whole bunch of questions. This is going to be choppy because this is just me recording me, and I've never done this before, so bear with me and let's see where we go with this. Number one, we just got the new ASAHOM ultra bright lights. These are the outdoor lights. These are the 90 lumen lights. So that's great. It's better than the Govee lights, but that's not the biggest thing about this. They came out with T-Splitters. So I got a couple of them because if you can see right behind me, my box is right to the left of that door. I've got to go that way and I got to go the other way. So I need a splitter in there, and we're going to see how this works. The big thing here is not just putting the T-Splitters in and getting them working, getting them in the app, but also what do they look like when you actually run them from side to side. So we're going to do a little bit of this in the day. We're going to get them all laid out. As soon as it gets dark, I'm going to do this again so we can see how the lights go, and that's what we're going to do today. So if you haven't seen them already, this is the 100-foot string of Govee lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections, and we're going to put a splitter in some of these. So we know that we need the box right about there. So we're going to take this off. I had already checked these all out and made sure that everything works. So that's why they're hooked together. But I figure we're going to probably need 2 sections going that way. So I'll pop this off. And I'll put 2 sections over here. That'll be where the box is. Lights are going to go that way. We're going to probably have a little bit of an extension in there. They come with extensions. I got a couple more just in case. So we've got all these. We want to make sure that this all works before we get it on the house. And so we are going to go this way. We're going to go and put an extension in here. And these are all just screw caps. They go on the right way. When you are setting these up, so you do not make a mistake, start from your box. Whatever connector that has on it, and it's going to have a little male connector on it, that's the one you're going to start with. You're going to start with a female connector on the lights. Don't forget that, because if you get it switched back around, you're going to have to redo your lights or move your box or something. It's not going to be a good scene. So, in the box, 6-foot extenders. I'm not going to undo them. We're just going to put them in here. But we're going to go with, that's got to go that way. We'll put an extender in here. The extenders, everything is keyed. So there's a little notch inside here. It goes right in. It's a 3-prong. We'll tighten those all up really good when we put them on the house. That way we won't get any leaks. No water in there. All right, here's the T-Splitter. Real simple, comes with a sticker in there to hold it on. It's just a small splitter like this, so it's not going to take up a lot of space. It's marked, there's an input, there's a branch, and there's a main output. So in our case, our input's going to come from the box, right? So we're going to go this way onto the box. Now this is going to look kind of funny because what we're going to put the splitter branch going this way, out along toward the garage. Our main output is going to go that way in the house. So I'll take my main output and I'll go right to this string. Now I'm going to take the branch output, I'm going to take these 2 strings that are going to go that way, and we're going to pull them over here. And we're going to make sure that I got them in the right order. Aha. Now this is interesting. So the branch output is the male pins, but that, never mind. I got it. All right. When I threw it over there, I switched the direction on it. The end one is always going to be the one with the cap on it. And you'll see on here, and we'll zoom in on this later, I'll put a little shout out on here. This has a cap, and this is going to go on there, so when you're done, you're going to cap those up. Again, trying not to get water into your system. So this is what our system is looking like now. We're going to go this way, we're going to come here, we're going to go to that one, and then we're going to go this way around the house. Now, it might be interesting if I could maybe get this upper part. I'm going to put a splitter in there for right now. This is just to test it. So let's get another one out. I got a bunch of these. So I'm going to pull this one out, and we're going to make sure, so we're going to go around the edge, and then I think what we're going to do is we're going to have the branch go up and the main go that way. So I'm going to pull off this end strip. I'm going to put it right after the extender. So again, input. Where am I coming from? I'm coming from my box through here to here. This is my input. So on this end, I'm putting the input side. Screw that on. My branch is the one I want to go up there. So let's put this one on here. And then the main output is what we're going to go that side of the house. All right, so this side going that way, that's a branch. Our main coming from here to this, a little extender. We're going to go up to the peak of the roof, and then this one's going to go along that side of the house. I was very surprised. 100 feet is a lot. This house is not even 100 feet if I do all those all the way along, so we got plenty of room on this. When you're buying them, the 100 footers, when I got it, were on sale. It was cheaper than getting the 150 footers. So, by a lot, not just by the difference. So, take a look at what the prices are when you get them. You can always join a couple of 100 footers together. You just have to get that, the power box. And if you get an extra set of splitters, it comes with the signal amplifier in there. So, if you get the extra set of extenders, that'll have that in there. All right, we're ready to fire this up. So, I'm going to pause this for a second. We're going to go do some magic. I'm going to get an extension cord. I didn't do that ahead of time, and we'll get back here in a second. All right? Cool. Okay, so with a little bit of magic, we now have an extension cord. We've got these all powered up. We've got them in the lines. So if you look over here, this is the side from the garage over. This is going to be like our, right around the front porch. This is going to be the peak up over the house. And that's going to go all the way down that side of the house. So, if you notice, I don't know if you can see it on the video, these are not lit up. And they might not be. Oddly, this one is lit up. You have to go into the app and you have to set up your T-Splitters. Now, I've got 2 strands on here, which means I'm going to have, 40 lights on this side. I'm going to have 20 lights here. And I'm going to need to know that when I go into the splitter. I don't know how I'm going to show you that part because I've never done that before, but we're going to work on it, and you might get a camera taking a picture of a phone. It'll be fun. So in a second, you're going to see what we have to do in the app.
So I figured out how to record my phone. We're going to go in here to the holiday lights. You're going to see all the lights in here. What we're going to have to do first is we're going to have to set the manual number of lights. To do that, we're going into the 3 dots up at the above, and then we will manually set the number of lights we have on our string. We have to do that because of T-Splitters. If you do the refresh, it won't work correctly. So let's go in and hit the 3 dots, the number of lights. We're going to change this to 72. And you got to go down to the bottom and hit OK. I screwed that up several times. Didn't see the OK button at the bottom. And come back to here. You can see we got some of the white lights are white. Those are the ones we added in. Now we're going to go into the T-Splitter, and we're going to add 2 T-Splitters. The first one has 2 strings on there, so that's 24 lights. And the second T-Splitter has 12 on it. That's 1 strand. We're going to go back, and we're going to, it will not necessarily update the first time. If you go out and go back in, you'll notice it updates. If you wait a little bit longer, it will update. So we go back, we have our lights. Go back out of this one. And again, we got our white lights. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these by section. instead of individual lights. It'll just allow us to do a little pattern a little bit faster. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll find the section, and now it breaks up into there. What I did is I just kind of created a bunch of different lights so we could see it scrolling. Now what we can see is we can see the patterns that are out there on the ground. It doesn't really tell us a whole lot. Actually, it would have had I looked at my colors a little bit more closely, but I've got green on the beginning and the end of the first 24 lights, and that's where the problem was. What I'm going to do is set them on scrolling, and we scroll them forward a little bit so we can see them moving. What we're finding is that the lights are scrolling from the first T-splitter out toward the left of the garage, and then it's starting again at the T-splitter and going to the right of the house. It is not doing what we want it to do, which is to start all the way at the far end and go all the way to the far right. So with the power in the middle, this is not working, and we'll see this in the video in just a second. I'll show you on the ground, and then later on we'll show you them at night. All right, let's go back to the yard. Okay, as we showed in the video on the phone, the light strings are not doing quite what we were expecting them to do. If you were listening to me, we were seeing this is going up this way, here, and back out. I've tried to painstakingly flip these up later tonight when it's dark. It'll be easier to see, but the pattern is going this way, going out that way toward the garage. Once it finishes up here, these green lights are coming to here, coming this way around our porch. They do go here and up and over the peak of the house. Then from here, they continue out that way. So as we watch, we're going to get a green color in here, green color in here, green goes over to here. Okay, I'll bring the phone over and show you that a little bit closer. All right, we're going to try to do this a little bit closer up. So I'm going to show you what we've got here. And again, what's happening, we're going to follow these green lights here. See the green lights coming up here. They're now going to come along here. They'll come up this way. Okay, now at this end, they're going to come all the way over to here. And now the green lights are coming in here. Right? So that's the direction that they're going. And I'll draw this out on a little drawing, post it on the video. You'll see it. When they come here, they do go up this branch. So the green lights are going up there. They're going to come back down here. And at the end, when they come here, now they're over here. And now they're going out this strand. Okay, so your chase lights are going to go in this direction. Now, if you've got static colors and you put them wherever you want, it's going to be just fine. But if you're going to be doing chasing lights, you got to know that this pattern is not going to be quite what you expect if that splitter is in the center. Now, if we were to have some other configuration where it was coming across the house, you know, coming across here, and then it went maybe up and then down, you know, we could have another pattern that worked out a little bit better. But as you can see, with the pattern that we're getting, we're not getting quite what we expected. But we will go into this a little bit more in detail, and we'll get some pictures for you, so hang tight. Okay, so we are back out here in the evening, so you can see the colors a little bit better, and we've kind of changed up the color pattern, but we're still getting the same thing. We're getting this first branch is going out, and you can see the blues coming back, and then the blues start over here. And we confirm this by setting number 1 and number 24 to white. And yep, the 1 and the 24 are right either side of that splitter. So the one on the left is number 1, the one on the right is number 24. And they'll both light up white at some point during this string. But this is going to be problematic for somebody who is trying to start their string in the center of their house. So if you've got, you know, some type of a house where you're trying to go all the way across and your power is going to be here in the middle, you're going to have a problem with that. The splitters will not work for that.
Now, maybe there's a software update that'll change that, but for right now, that is the way that it's going. All right, that is just a little bit about that, and as you can see, they're all working beautifully. This is at night. These 90 lumens are very nicely bright. We'll see what they look like on the house when we get them up tomorrow, and we will show you all how this is. I think I may have to change, though, to put my power at the far left side of the garage and somehow run an extension cord or some other method of getting it over. And just in case anybody is curious, that is my cat Ziggy, sitting at the door watching us. So he's my Russian blue, sits with me during sessions, and usually helps me out when I'm doing a video. All right, everybody, thank you for your time.
Thank you, everyone, for getting this far in the video. I know this was long. I just wanted to do a quick wrap up. The end result of this is you cannot put a splitter in the center of the house if you're going to do a chase all the way across. We've figured that out. That's not to say that T-Splitters are not very good, and it's not that they can't be used for other parts of your display. But just know that if you are doing chasing lights and you're going all the way across a house, you cannot put the power in the center. That's a shame. We will keep watching to see what they do with this. The company is kind of really just going after the market, and I'm hoping that maybe some updates to the application will try to rectify those problems. Other than that, thank you all very much for watching, and thanks for sticking through this. Please watch some of my other Amazon review videos, and if there's anything that you'd like to see reviewed, by all means, send me a message on Amazon, or I will put this out on YouTube, and you can put some comments out there. Thanks very much for your time. Bye-bye.